Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another Last of Us video. So here's my review for Season 2 of Episode 1 of The Last of Us, and yes, it is finally here. I apologize for being a day late though. I was supposed to post this last night, but a lot of stuff happened, and I did watch the episode last night. I got my review together and everything. I pretty much did everything besides like editing everything and then obviously releasing it, but yeah, I couldn't quite get the video out last night, and if I would have posted it, it might have been like 1 or 2 in the morning, so it'll definitely be faster next Sunday, but yeah, stay tuned also for my episode 2 trailer breakdown, or I guess sort of a trailer breakdown for what to expect going forward for The Last of Us, as well as some stuff that I want to talk about with the show that I'm kind of concerned about going into, I guess, the second half of this season. I'm not going to spoil anything yet because obviously I don't know if you've played the games or anything yet, but I do have some concerns there, and this episode showed me a lot of that. But definitely make sure to be a subscriber if you do want to get all my Last of Us content like this. Now, this season starts with the ending of Season 1, where we do see Joel tell Ellie that everything he said about the Fireflies was true, and we know that playing the second game that it's a big thing that does come up, right? And I think just starting the season this way for Joel to be, I guess for us to be reminded of Joel's decision and to really see things from his point of view, and I think that was the one thing that throughout this episode, at least I personally really related with quite a bit, which was, Joel's point of view of just how he's taking care of Ellie and what his reasoning is in all of this here. Like, it is so hard to picture Joel as a villain, and I think that the game anyways tries to sort of put him, in that light, but I would say he's not necessarily, I don't think he's a villain. Like The Walking Dead sort of does a very similar thing with all the characters, with Negan, where it's like, yeah, they've all killed people. I think it's sort of, that should be the same thing here, where it's like Joel has killed people, yes, but they sort of all have killed people, which is why you understand everyone's point of view of like, yeah, that's why this person wants this person dead and etc., right? And so that's where we get to Abby here, and we see Abby very upset. Obviously we know that it was Joel that killed her father and a lot of others, and so they're searching for Joel right now, and anyone who played the games, you see that, and yeah, you just know what's coming, right? Like the ending of the episode where we see Abby is getting very, very close, like it's one of those things that is, I'm not looking forward to it. I'm really not looking forward to it. I'm definitely going to be giving this show a chance. Like I will be watching every single episode. And even if Joel is off the show and he dies in the next couple of episodes here, like I definitely will be finishing the season and everything. But I do really worry about the story suffering after Joel is gone, because he's such a big part of the story. But not only that, like they're splitting up Season 2, it seems like, over the next couple of seasons, which is kind of concerning, but you do have to trust the writers. Like they're going to be writing a lot of original material here, right? There's going to be a lot more stuff just expanded on. So I think they could do a really great job here. As a Last of Us fan, you just kind of have to be a little bit more positive about it. But when Abby says we kill him slowly, man, like it's kind of hard to be positive after that, right? And revenge is going to be a really big theme this season, like for both Abby and Ellie. 5 years later, we do see amazing visuals of Jackson, Wyoming, and we see Joel trying to fix something. I will say, just in terms of the visuals, it's really, honestly, truly amazing to have snow. Like, to have snow in an apocalyptic setting. This is something that I've wanted The Walking Dead to do, for quite a while. Like, they've done it once in, like, one episode, but something like this is what I really want to see. I think that that's worth increasing the budget for, right? Like, you want to have those amazing visuals. And so to actually see Jackson here and to see just the amazing visuals and everything really matches the game. Like, that's the one thing I'll say about The Last of Us, is they really do the whole video game adaptation stuff really, really well. There's a lot of shows, movies that don't do it that well. The Last of Us, just like Fallout, do a really amazing job and really pay attention to a lot of the details that are in the game that a lot of fans are going to notice, because I've played both of the games, but I haven't played the second game in really since it came out. So there's going to be a lot of things that I forget. We see Tommy again. That was very cool. Ellie and Tommy are out hunting and whatnot. So that was pretty cool to see. We do learn from Joel that they are going to have to leave other survivors just out there because they're losing supplies. And that was an interesting debate, because that is something that's talked about a lot, I feel like, in zombie apocalypse, stories, is like, when you do have a community, do you, protect the people that you have inside the community and not allow others to come in, or do you just allow anyone in and you just sort of deal with it as it comes? And it's something that is very tricky, because I think that Joel saying that, like, no, we leave other survivors out there, that makes a lot of sense, because you have to feed the people that are there, right? But I do think that if you leave others out, that could also be bad. I mean, first of all, you're leaving other people to just die out there. Like, don't you want to help people? And not only that, like, other people could form other groups and then they become enemies, right? So it's not that simple, I don't think. There's a lot of issues with that. And, I think Joel is just sort of in that place right now where he's just thinking about the people that he has right now, and he's just focusing just on that. And he's such a hardworking person where he just doesn't focus on himself ever. And Tommy's wife actually said, like, you are our future too, something like that anyways. And that was something that I was like, oh, that's so perfect for Joel to hear that, because I feel like that must get so lost for him. Like, he doesn't really view the future as like the future's for him. He likely views it as like, well, I have to protect Ellie and the future is for Ellie and like future generations, right? So I think that's all he's thinking about. He's not thinking about himself, and I think it's affecting him quite a bit. I really do. I mean, we literally see that he is actually in therapy now. And so really interesting to actually see Catherine O'Hara in this show. I knew that she was going to be in the show, but she did so amazing here. She reveals that Joel killed her husband, and but she was brave and she said that. And now that was something that she wanted to say, it's out there now, and now they can sort of move past it, and Joel is just like, he wants to be brave and say what's bothering him, but he can't. Like, he really can't, because he does need to protect Ellie. Like, no one could know that, like, she was the cure and just like all that stuff that happened. And I think that, Joel saved her. That's what he did. Like, he saved her. And I really, like, personally for me, when I put myself in that situation, I really do understand why Joel did what he did. It makes the most sense. I would have done the same exact thing. Yes, Ellie could have been the cure, but you're not going to allow, like, Ellie was basically a daughter to him. And so you're not going to lose another daughter, right? Like, that's not going to happen. And so I think, yes, Joel saved her, and that's what he did. And I guess maybe he's wrestling with the idea that he's doing it for himself. Maybe he's a very selfish person. But then you have to get into the whole thing of like, well, why can't Joel be happy? Like, he chose to do it because it helped him in that situation. And a lot of people can be selfish. I mean, it's a complex issue, and I think a lot of people are going to be on different sides of that. But I think for Joel, that's probably why he's struggling with it. I think he believes in what he believes in, but it's frustrating him now that he can't really tell Ellie about that, and it's just such a crazy thing that's weighing on him quite a bit, right? And I do want to talk about Ellie now. So Ellie, I would say in this episode was really great, and I think that you saw a lot of the same story that we see in the video game happen here in this episode. She goes out on patrol. Ellie and Dina encounter a bunch of like clickers and all of that. Actually, I think there was like a new, more advanced zombie, or not zombie, but you know what I mean? Like, that they came across, and they were talking about that afterwards. But I think Ellie, she's just in a difficult place right now, I would say. And that's sort of where my concerns are after episode 3. And I think that will change. Like, Ellie right now, I think, is just really wanting to feel that independence. And like, that happens a lot. Like, a lot of people that are around that age, and starting to go out in the world on your own and stuff, like, you want to do things more on your own, right? Like, you want to actually be more independent. You don't want people to constantly be saving you or helping you, this and that. And I think that it can be frustrating, right? Because you're looking at it from Joel's point of view, and you're just like, well, he's just trying to help her. Like, it makes so much sense coming from Joel's point of view, but I think from Ellie's point of view, it's something that I think for her is going to be more growth this season, especially after Joel's death, right? Where I think she'll realize a lot of what he was doing for her and why he did the things that he did. And I think that we saw Ellie, acting the way she was acting in this very first episode, because I will say Ellie was really not that likable, at least in terms of how she was treating people in this episode. Like, it was hard to watch sometimes because it seemed like she always wanted her way, with everything. She wanted to do this and that. And it came across as, I don't know, mean overall. But the thing is, that's just sort of the way it is when you're that age. And I think she's just going through a lot right now. And the dynamic between Ellie and Dina as well is really incredible. Honestly, I think that, like, that's one of the concerns you have going into season 2 and introducing Dina's character, because she's a big part of the second video game. Is the chemistry going to be there? And it was, the dynamic between the characters worked really well. I thought she was a really awesome character in this episode here. We see Ellie and Joel talk, and yeah, the tensions are pretty high still. Joel picks up the guitar and is like, I got to replace these strings here. And so that I really liked, and I can totally relate with as just a father myself, is like, if I see something of my kids that is like broken, or, I got to fix this and do this, I'm like, okay, I'm going to go do this. I'm going to go do that right away. Like, you just think of, okay, I got to do this. It's just like this natural instinct, right? Like, you got to fix this, or you got to do that. And I think for Joel doing that, like, when I saw that, I was like, oh, I so relate with him. Like, I get his perspective on all this, right? Like, he could be relaxing, he could be doing whatever he wants to be doing, but no, he's like, I got to go fix her guitar, right? And then we get to the very ending scene scene. Well, actually, there's a lot more scenes, but ending sequence, I guess, of the episode here. And we have the New Year's party. So yeah, just like the video game, the similarities honestly are insane. I'm pretty sure a lot of things are like shot for shot. Like it's absolutely incredible. And yeah, really big, awesome moments for Ellie that were ruined by, I don't know what that guy's name was, but Joel shows up and actually like knocks him out or whatever. Or doesn't knock him out, but pushes him on the ground. And then Ellie has like a meltdown about it. And so I think that is like, again, like when you see that, obviously something's going on with Ellie, but I can definitely see, you know, a lot of people being upset about that as well, because Joel was defending her and then she has that reaction to Joel after that, right? Like maybe it is embarrassing Ellie, you know, in front of everyone, but I think people would understand overall too that that's just the way Joel is. Like Joel just handles things that way, right? And so it just makes it sadder when you think about where things are going, right? Like Joel's death is going to be happening very, very soon. And we saw at the very end of the episode here that Abby is getting very, very close. She can actually see Jackson now. And so like, yeah, I'll talk about my predictions for episode 2 and where I think this is going here. I don't think Joel's gonna die at the ending of episode 2. I just don't see it. I could see it maybe in episode 3 though, because I do think that they are gonna expand this a little bit more and not have it happen right in the beginning, but like somewhat halfway through season 2, I think makes sense. So I'm expecting it to be episode 3. And I think that's what makes it so frustrating and sad, honestly, that Joel and Ellie are having like these final moments be like this here. And, you know, you see Ellie getting really mad at him and you almost get mad because you're just trying to like, you know, you want to be able to tell her like you don't know what you have right now with Joel. Like it's amazing that you have somebody like that in your life and he's about to be gone, right? So I think as I'm watching it too, that there's that perspective on it. Like I know what happens unless they're going to change it dramatically in the show here. I don't think they're going to. I do think Joel's likely going to die here. It's just a little sad to watch, you know, but then we also got a tease there to like the fire starting with the firework and we saw all the, well, whatever that was in the pipes and all of that. So it looks like, yeah, there's going to be a big fire that happens probably in the next episode, I'm assuming. But overall, I would say that this was a really solid episode. I think for a premiere, it worked really well. You know, I felt all the emotions that I was supposed to feel. I think that, you know, being frustrated with Ellie right now because of, you know, how she's reacting to a lot of things that Joel's doing is what they want you to feel from the characters. Because, like, if you know the video game really well, like, you know what's about to happen. And so you're wanting Ellie to, I guess, be a little bit nicer to him or just whatever, you know, talk with him about all of that. And, like, I think it's just going to build up, though, to when Joel actually dies and Ellie, you know, sees all of that and her reaction afterwards. It's going to be like so complex for her. She's going to regret everything. And I think that's what makes for really amazing stories, a really amazing TV show. And, you know, it's going to be interesting because I did not like the fact that Joel died in the video game, but you know, it's just that is what the story is. Maybe I'll still feel it that after season 2's over, but obviously I'm willing to give it a chance because I really liked season 1. I really liked the first video game and I liked playing the second game. It's just, you know, Joel was obviously my favorite character in the whole series. And so to kill him off early on, like, honestly, to me, it's like killing off Rick Grimes in the second or third season of The Walking Dead. It's just like, wait, what? Why would you ever do that? Right? So, but I think this is a really solid start and I'm looking forward to episode 2. So definitely post all your thoughts down below. Hope you guys all enjoyed the video and I'll see you in the next one.